All right, folks, what is going on? Back with another video, and today I want to talk about what's going on at Rockstar as far as more remakes or the lack thereof more remakes because of the definitive edition of Grand Theft Auto. It's been a really big problem with this, set of games that came out, and it could have been much better, but it's been so bad to the point where Rockstar don't, they put away the GTA 4 remake and the Red Dead Redemption 1 remake, and they're just going to focus on GTA 6, according to article on Kotaku. We're going to talk about that. I'm giving my thoughts and opinions and everything under that umbrella, and just go from there. If this is your first time here, welcome. This is the VF Cast channel. I am VF Baller. Over here, we talk about gaming and everything under that umbrella. Uh, it's it I don't even know where to really start because this is really, really disappointing to me. If you seen my video on this game room when I showed you everything I have in here, I have posters of Grand Theft Auto all over the wall. I got the first, the three, the San Andreas, the first three. That was the games from the PS2 era. I got those posters over here. I got the Vice City stories over there and GTA 4. I'm a big fan of this series, and not only that, I have all the trilogy, the PS2 one. I have the original Xbox one, which is, in my opinion, the real definitive edition. Which I may talk about this at a later time, if not in this video. And before Grand Theft Auto San Andreas came out, they had a double pack for the Xbox as well, which, I mean, phenomenal games right there. I may talk about the Xbox trilogy one in a second, but nevertheless, the ones that came out on PS4, PS5, and Xbox Series and Xbox One were so bad, and PC as well. They were so bad that, and a lot of people were really upset about this, and rightfully so. I was one of the ones. I purchased the game, the PS5 version, and the games had so many bugs and so many issues, and not even to mention all the stuff that was problematic in the beginning stages of the release. These games could have been done so much better. Well, it's gotten so bad where it was received so bad that they don't even want to touch any other remakes, like the GTA 4 remake and Red Dead Redemption remake is being put on the back burner, and they're going to focus on GTA 6, which I feel is rightfully so. I don't want to see any other problems that go on with GTA 4. I mean, Nico don't deserve that. Also, Red Dead Redemption, John Marston don't deserve that either. I can imagine how bad it could get with those games, and to be honest, those games hold up very well to this day. I mean, if you have Xbox One, well, I'll say Xbox One X or higher, you can play that game in 4K. Or like Red Dead 1 in 4K. Now, the frame rate may not be, what you may be looking for. Is no different than what it is on the 360 or whatever the case may be. But you can run that game, renders at 4K, Red Dead 1. GTA 4, I don't think there's many upgrades on that, but if you do have the PC version, you got a really good experience. In my opinion, and I know a lot of people, are so accustomed to this now, everything doesn't need to be remade, in my opinion. I don't think they do. I think these games do well on their own right now. I mean, I know it's a cash grab. I know people will buy it, and that's probably why it's going to end up being done at some point, but it doesn't need to be done. In my opinion, I think the games are just fine the way they are. I just think that if you're going, I just put it like this: if you're going to do it, you need to do it correctly. There's already been rumors about other games that are being remastered. I heard that The Last of Us 1 is being redone again, not remastered, but it's being remade. And I feel that I still think it's kind of early, but I saw some footage of it, and I'm not really mad at that. It looks really good. Hopefully, it plays just as good. And so there are some moments where, if it's done, if it's done correctly, I won't complain about it. But a lot of this stuff is like ruining people's, thoughts and nostalgia behind these games. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I want to talk about this right here. You talk about a definitive the edition of a trilogy. This version right here, I know the glare right there. Phenomenal package right here. One thing about this is if you're playing this on the original Xbox, or even if you play it on Xbox 360, I think you can play these on Xbox 360. You get up, the graphics still hold up very well. Now, I will recommend playing this on the original Xbox because you can take the game, like the music, any type of music you want, you can put on here, and you can ride around town playing the music that you want. And like I said, the game holds up very well. That is the real definitive edition of this trilogy. And I don't understand why they couldn't just build off of what they had on the original Xbox. They did the mobile ports of the game, and you see how terrible that was. You know, I mean, even the PS3 version of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas was the mobile version. No, these versions, I think the PS2 does a pretty good job of capturing like the aesthetics of the game, like the heat haze and stuff. I think the Xbox does okay as well, but those games were built in that sixth generation very well. No, the graphics are not the best, but the gameplay is phenomenal. This is why I wonder some people still think that it didn't get any better than this. Now, don't get me wrong, GTA 5 is GTA 5. It's a phenomenal game. But you want to talk about a remaster of San Andreas, GTA 5 is damn near that. You know, but the other thing about it is GTA San Andreas, really all of them, Vice City, they had like this sense of uniqueness in all three of them that in some cases still haven't been touched to this day in other games. I don't think, and I know this may be unpopular, but I still feel that the San Andreas have not been touched as far as the best GTA. I don't think it has. GTA 5 is good. You know, GTA 4 is good as well. But what San Andreas was able to do as far as basically traveling across 3 cities, and I think like 4 or 5, maybe even 6 small rural towns, flying a plane, riding on driving a boat, you know, race cars. You do so much in that game. You can eat, gain weight, you can get muscle mass, drive monster trucks, and all this stuff was not DLC stuff. It wasn't stuff that was caked into GTA 5 as for you to pay with shark cards. This game had all of it already. Well, I ain't gonna say this one, but you know, so when you mess up remakes, it does much more harm than good when it comes to actually, giving out a good experience. You undercut other experiences that could be great. If you're going to do a remake, make sure it's done properly, please. You know, it's like, I mean, I just don't have any faith in some of this stuff anymore because of that. You know, there's a reason why I talk about retro games the way I do, because those games just hold up very well because the quality was priority. This definitive edition was a cash grab. You know, before I close, I'm going to say this. What they should have did last year was 2021. What they should have done, they should have just took it easy, step back when they decide to say, hey, we're going to, which I don't agree with this, we're going to put GTA 5 on the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series as a commemorative for the 20th anniversary of Grand Theft Auto 3. They should have just remade this one first. That takes out 3 times. It takes out 3 times the workload, because instead of doing 3 games, you would have done 1 game. And this 1 game, which I don't think it was done very badly on the definitive edition, is probably the best one out of the 3 that held up very well bug and glitch wise. Because San Andreas and Vice City, especially San Andreas, my God, it was filled with bugs, and it's still out to this day. This one actually held up okay. If they focused on this and did a proper definitive edition of this, it would have been perfect, because you could have focused on this, the 20th anniversary, and you could have been focusing on making a really good situation out of Grand Theft Auto 5 on PS5 and Xbox Series, because Xbox Series and those versions of the game don't feel as upgraded as the PS4, Xbox One version. To be honest with you, a lot of people saying that it's just on par with PC specs. Like if you have a pretty good PC, you're basically running the game on a console. So it's really sad at the end of the day what has happened. Rockstar can't make GTA 4 properly, the remake. Red Dead Redemption 1 and, you know, probably one of the best remakes, one of the games that more people want to remake of, to be honest with you, because RDR is a phenomenal game, and RDR 2 is really good as well outside of the online stuff, but that's another story for another day. I think a lot of people would have received RDR 1 with the quickness, because you got to think about it. That game is running on 4K on Xbox. People on the Sony platforms are being left out of a very good game that was upscaled to that level. And you know, it's really unfortunate that it's that way. But when you have problems like this, it has a trickle down effect. If you like this commentary, hit the like button. If you want to subscribe, hit the subscribe button. Share this commentary, share this video. Let people know what I'm doing over here. Hey, 100 subs don't mean a lot to a lot of people, but to me it means everything, and I do appreciate everybody who's came through, has been liking, subscribing, and just watching. You guys, you know, it means a lot. It's my secondary channel. My first channel is the First and Frame Rate channel. The link is down in the description. It's where I talk about sports for the most part, but I like gaming as well, so this is what I do. I also can be found on Twitter at VFBaller, and we can continue to talk about sports and gaming all under that social media avenue. All right, y'all, I'm going to get out of here. I got a couple things I got to do. Believe it or not, I'm going to be modding my PS1 Classic. Yeah, I've done it before, but it wasn't the way I wanted to be done, so I'm going to do it right this time. All right, y'all. I'll talk to you guys then. I'll talk to you on the next one, I mean. All right, y'all. Be blessed. Peace.